Good morning, one and all. Today, in the video lecture series of Python programming, we are going to cover a very important and a basic topic. The name of the topic is Elements of Python. My name is Atif Jamshed. I am Assistant Professor in IT Department in ABES Engineering College. And these are the topics we are going to cover. The very first topic is tokens. There are different types of tokens like keywords, identifiers, literals. Then we will cover what are the variables in a Python. Then we will see the garbage collection and how we can take the input from the user, and after that how you can use comments inside of Python programming. So first of all, what is token, and how we can use those tokens in Python programming. So individual words or punctuation marks that are collectively known as tokens, or we also call these tokens as lexical units. And in Python we have different types of tokens, as like keywords, identifiers, literals, and operators. And in coming lectures we will cover all those tokens in different way. So very first token is a keyword. What are the keywords in Python? Keywords are the very reserved words and that convey a special meaning. Means these are the predefined words, and these words are called keywords. Just like false, true, for, in. Total around 35 keywords are there in Python programming. And whenever we start the programming or we use these keywords inside the Python editor, the Python interpreter understands the meaning of it and execute it accordingly. Okay, just like for, if, okay, and while, and these are the decision control keywords. False and true, they when we use these false and true keywords, when we have to evaluate some values which are true or not. So these keywords have different meanings. So how we will proceed in the Python, then we will use this keyword in a different fashion. But now in a basic class, you must understand what are the meaning of the keywords, and these are the very special meaning, and they have some restrictions. And these are the reserved word. We cannot use these keywords as it is inside our Python programming, okay, for some other names. So what are the identifiers? Identifiers are the names to different part of the program, and what the name we give to the variables. Okay, in programming what we do, we provide names to the variables, we provide different custom names to the objects, to the classes, to the functions, to the list, to dictionary, etc, etc. So these names are called as identifiers. Okay, and we can use the symbols like small a to z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9 digits, and underscore. We can use the combination of these symbols as the identifier. And we should not, it's a convention that we should not start any identifier with the digits although we can use the underscore as a first character. Okay, these are the case sensitive identifiers, and we and keywords cannot be used as the identifier. Okay, just like I save my name as a variable hello as inside the variable x, then okay, we cannot use false or true name in the place of x. So these are the keywords cannot be used as the identifier. This is the very important point. And there is no restrictions about the length. We can use n bit of characters inside the name of the identifier. Okay, so what are literals? Literals, these are the very important terms. Literals, there are two types, or basically two types of literals: string literals and numeric literals. And there are other types also, but these two types are very important. Whatever the value we pass to the print function, remember this, whatever value we pass to the print function, and technically these values are called literals. So when we pass, see this in this example, we pass the hello, this is a string, so these are called string literals. And when we pass a number like 13, 13.8, these are the integer values and these are the float values, so technically these are called numeric literals. So they are string literals, they are numeric literals, they are booleans, and so on. They are different type of literals are found in the uh, Python programming. What are the variables? Variable are is a name placed in the memory where the programmer can store and literal they can retrieve the data from the username. So when we store some value, we give the name to the value, or we can say to the memory location. So when we store 8.8 to a variable name v1, and later in some other variable v2 we assign the value 17, and now after some calculation we decided that the value of the v1 will be 199. Then in memory location, when we assign 8.8 at the very first place, it will remove this value and it will update the value to the 199. So the definition of identifiers on variables are the same, naming conventions are same. uh, uh, like we cannot start the variable with the name, like we cannot we should not start the variable like this 1v and so on. Okay, although we can start the variable name with underscore, the variable name, but we should not start the variable name with a digit. So these are the very basic uh, terminologies and the very basic mechanism we should understand about the variables. What is the role of the garbage collection? This is the very important point. We don't have to take care about it. Okay, Python itself, Python interpreter, or Python virtual machines take care of it. So when we assign some value to the any variable, and this everything in Python is object, so this is the object, a is the object, we assign the value of 50 to the object. So whenever we assign some value to any variable, to any object, it reference counter increases, or it reference counter get incremented. Okay, so I will, if I will use it again, a is equal to a plus 1, then the value of a will be 51, then the counter for this a will increase to 1s to 2. Okay, so in a similar manner, whenever how many numbers times I will use this value, this reference counter will keep on increasing. But if I will not use for the I will not use for the for some amount of time, then the it counter will go get decremented, and when it values become 0, then the garbage collector, or we can say memory deallocator in the Python, will automatically swap the value from the, or clear the old values from the memory. So in Python we don't have to take care about it, it automatically do it for us. How we can assign values in Python? So we use the input, this is the very important keyword, input. This is the method actually we use to take the input from the user, and this is the prompt part, this is the optional part. We can also use this input like this, input. Okay, but if you want to show to something to the user at the prompt side, then we can enter here, enter the name, enter the value, whatever you want. But the basic thing is, whatever you put inside this, this input method returns the string. The input method always returns the string. So how we can do it? Suppose here is an example. This is, I have used this method input here. This is the prompt side, enter the name, and whenever I execute this portion of a code, then then Python interpreter opens the prompt and it asks me to enter the value. Then I enter my name. Okay, and then when I press the enter, then this is the output I got from it. So remember one thing, whatever we pass the value to this input function, it will always return the string. Okay. So suppose we don't want to take as a value as a string. So what we can do, we can use the evaluate parameter. Evaluate function will evaluate the formula or expression and will return the value which is assigned to the variable number. So when we will execute this function, the prompt will ask users to enter the value, and we will enter the value 4 plus 4, and it will return the output 8 as a in a output window. So see this thing, this evaluate parameter did not return the output as a string, it returned the output as a as an integer, because this is a evaluate parameter. It evaluates the expression whatever we are assigning inside this prompt. Okay, so how many in how many ways we can use the comments in Python programming? There are two ways: single line comments or multi-line comments. In single line comments we use this hash. Okay, if we place this hash in front of any expression value, then Python interpreter will not touch it, it will not execute as a code. Okay, so and multi-line comments, if suppose we want to add some comments, or we want to give some explanation about the code to somebody else, then we can use this hash code multiple times, or in a shorter way we can use the triple code. We can use this triple quotes for multi-line comments, and we whatever we will write inside this triple quotes, Python interpreter will escape this. Okay, so these are the references. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.